Greetings. This is Polly of the Spooky Polly. I want to comment on the dust-up that was in the Oval Office between Donald Trump and Zelensky. Before we start, let me say, this war was started by Putin. He sent his tanks into the Ukraine. His logic always said was, he didn't want a NATO country on his border, and the Ukraine happened trying to get into NATO, thinking that it would help him and it would hurt him. Now, that was Putin's reason, but this may be an excuse. The guy may just want the Ukraine. But this guy, it's hard to tell. So then, now, some Republicans maybe have trouble with that. I don't. It's Putin's war. However, this war's been going on over 2 years now, and Ukraine's being bled white. Zelensky, he's no George Washington. He has to end this war. I know he doesn't trust Putin on any truth. He's trying to tell the president that this guy can't be trusted. He probably can't. But Donald Trump, I thought, had a rather ingenious plan. He thinks outside the box and in 3 dimensions. No, he's not going to give troops to Zelensky. No country is. That's not a hill anyone's about to die on. But instead, he'll send businessmen and miners to the Ukraine to dig for their minerals. And he say, well, that's not troops. It can't be just as good as troops. Putin over there seeing that America has a vested financial stake in the Ukraine. As long as Trump's president, I doubt he's going to do anything about that. And Donald Trump still has to negotiate with Putin. Zelensky came here, he had to sign a deal, and he didn't do it. I've been hearing that before that deal, he had said he would sign. Some Democrat congressman had talked to him. If that's the case, I want to know who those guys were, because they did that man no favors. And those that say, well, Donald Trump shouldn't have done that. Zelensky shouldn't have done that. He has to understand that he's up with the most powerful man in the world. Now, any man who's president of the United States is the most powerful man in the world. But that may not mean much. Joe Biden wasn't. No one ever say that about him. But you do say it about Donald Trump. He should have known about the man. If you're a world leader, you better know about the guy you're dealing with, and especially when you're on the low end of the totem pole. You should have known that you don't do that to Donald Trump. He had a deal. He reneged. And then he tried to lecture Donald Trump. Boy, that is a lack of respect. And to a guy you just can't do that with. To a country you cannot do that with. So he goes back with what? Nothing. The war continues. He continues to lose. He's being bled white by Putin. No, Putin, he's shown he's not as tough as people think he is, or how much he talks. But nonetheless, he's bigger than Ukraine. In the end, he's going to win. Zelensky goes, he went to Europe, was talking to Stammer and the Europeans. Let me tell you something. Europe likes the idea of a war. It keeps Putin busy. It bleeds him too. But at the expense of the Ukraine. It's not on England's expense. It's not at Germany's expense. It's not at the French expense. It's at the Ukraine expense. And they may give some money to keep the war going, but they're not going to send troops for what it takes to win. And those that say, he was rude. Donald Trump was rude to Zelensky. He was angry with Zelensky. We had a deal. He reneged on it. What are you doing here? Zelensky has to come back and take the deal. Because Donald Trump still has to go over to Putin and deal with this SOB. And that's not going to be easy either. So that's the state of the affairs there. There isn't going to be, I said Zelensky's no George Washington. I mean, he's just not a leader, and he should resign. He went out there and exploded in front of Trump, which is stupid. Then he goes over there, tries to get these agreements with the Europeans, which they just want him in the war. He owes his country peace, a truce, an armistice of some type, and then you could play off and see what happens. Donald Trump can go to Russia, and you don't know what he can do yet. That's what plan you got. You see, we want Putin out of the Ukraine. How you gonna do that? Unless you put boots on the ground, you're not gonna get him out of the Ukraine. Right now, he has the Russians speaking for the Ukraine, and that hopefully that keeps him happy. I don't know. I don't know about this guy. See what Donald Trump could do. But Zelensky hurt his cause. He hurt the cause of peace. He has to come back sooner or later, or he's going to keep getting his country torn apart. Europeans, as a group, have what it takes to beat Putin. In case you don't believe that, I saw a video on it, and it showed the GDPs, the armaments, the economy that the Europeans have as a group to Russia. It's no match. They're far bigger than Russia. Russia is not the Soviet Union. If they want to, they could do it. They really don't need America. But trouble is, Europeans are totally divided. America, or this being a backdrop to America, is the only support they're going to get. The only time they're unified. So if Donald Trump is want to fight the war, it was not going to be fought. Unless you're going to put boots in the ground, Putin's not going to be shoved out. So Zelensky come back, take the deal. And hopefully, Putin will follow it. This guy, I'm just not sure. But let's go with it. Because right now, Zelensky's in a losing position. Follow Donald Trump and maybe still win this hand. Okay. This is Polly. Give him the 2 cents in there. Oh, please subscribe. Okay. Twice. See you next.